Hey, Ron. You got to make a bus run this morning?
Looks like it's raining.
Good afternoon. We'll call this meeting of the Macon County Board of County Commissioners to order. If anybody wishes to speak and not have an opportunity to sign up, use the Officer Trammell. So no one wishes to speak unless you're on the agenda. Okay. Under announcements, I do have a few. Tuesday, tomorrow, at 4:30 in the gym at Alliegence High School, to recognize the volunteers and everybody that made the new soccer field in Highlands possible will be recognized. How many can go besides me and Mr. Cuthbert? That probably would be good. So, 4:30, if anybody can make it that, in the audience, that would be great. The 5th and 6th grade school will be having a ribbon cutting on Thursday at 5:30, Mr. Manager. Okay. Of course, the public is certain. If you've not saw the new 5 and 6 school, I'd encourage you to come by. I got a note today from Senator John Snow. Apparently there was a rumor out that he was deathly ill and sick. Apparently there's 2 John Snows. He wanted me to relay to the community that he was well and working hard for the folks in his district.
I started that room.
He wouldn't be shocked. And
He's going to need to be healthy. I'll tell you that.
but he's fine. The rumor was that he had all kind of stuff, and so but he wanted me to make sure that he is just fine. I polled the board, Mr. Manager, and without objection from you or Ms. Anderson, we would like to announce we'll be moving our May 10th meeting to May the 11th at 6 p.m. Is that a problem?
No, it's not a problem for us. I don't think it's a problem for us.
Maybe you get that.
What time?
6 o'clock.
Okay.
6 p.m. Okay. That's right. Gentlemen, just remember that the North Carolina County Commissioners Legislative Goals meeting is the 19th. I'm sure we'll be leaving on the 18th and coming back. I don't think I can go, but all of us that can go, please do so. That might be a little early, but are there any other announcements? Any board members have any other announcements? Mr. Manager?
If you can go to that on the 19th, just let me know. I think Mr. Cooper said he definitely will be able to go. Any other board members would like to go, so let's spend the night down there. It's just about too far to drive back and forth in one day. So if you can go, let me know. We'll make arrangements for a place to stay.
You think John's going to see me?
It's the EDC activities.
That's right. Oh, you can't? I'm just saying.
I've been informed by council that we can't just decide to put it on the 11th, that it will have to set a special meeting. And in the advertisement, I guess you would have to detail what it's for.
Have to detail what will be taken up at that meeting. If you open the meeting on the 10th and recess it to the 11th, you could do that. But it's a regular meeting, and it's got to either A, be recessed, or B, you've got to make a special.
If they recess this meeting?
I would advise against it because I think that crosses the next regularly scheduled meeting.
What the board could do is cancel the meeting on the 10th and schedule a meeting on the 11th.
But it would need to be called as a special meeting, and the notice
We
would
do
have
that,
to
but
be
we also
recorded.
pay for that.
That's just a 48-hour notice, is that right?
48 hours notice. notice to the media, those that have requested notice and post.
So whatever trouble with this county, we will, thank you so much.
I thought our meeting was precious.
Do we need to have a motion, Mr. Council, on that, to move, to cancel that meeting from the board?
I think you can notify the public that you are going to not meet on that date, but you as the chairman of this board have full authority to call a special meeting.
So that's what, so you give them the chance to figure out what we
Can we
want.
do a generalization of other business that needs to be handled?
I mean, please join me in the pledge of allegiance to the flag of our country. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you so much.
Slip your money to Sylvia.
We will now open the floor for a public hearing. The purpose of this public hearing is to conduct a closeout of Macon County's 2007 Community Development Block Grant number 07-C-1662. Report to Commissioners that all grant activities have been completed and received any comments as needed from citizens. No one has signed up to speak at the public hearing, so we're pleased to have Mr. Rick Norton, our Housing Director, with us. So, Mr. Norton, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. You pretty well laid it all out. The reason that I'm here is to comply with Division of Community System Regulations that a closeout public hearing be held on the grant that you mentioned. All activities have been completed. Matter of fact, some activities exceeded expectations, the number of units completed. So unless there are any other public comments, you may close the public hearing and we will continue on and see what we can do about obtaining a new city.
Get more than that.
Get more than that.
Do we have any questions for Mr. Norton?
Just one, how many rehabs did we do with this?
8.
8, okay.
We
Let's
had-
total how much money?
We had 40,000. We basically had we had a $400,000 grant. 360,000 of that was allocated to rehabilitation activities and 40,000 to administration. Out of that 360 that was for rehab, 40 of that was allocated toward surface repair or immediate emergency damage. And that's where we exceeded. We had proposed to do 10 units and we did 17. And we're looking at asking for the same. I didn't think I would do this. The local option under this program is a little bit different than the urgent repair program is. The other program that we have through housing finance. But looking down the road at potential urgent repair funds in the future, we think we'd be better served to go ahead and ask again for the local option for the 40 to continue with continuous emergent repair funds within that CDBG grant next time. When we get ready to do that.
Okay.
So when we get a little bit further down the road on that, we'll be looking at conducting 2 public hearings ready for the next 2010 CDBG.
Any other questions for Mr. Norton? Well, Mr. Norton, we all know, everybody on this board realizes that the demand on your department continues to grow. The money continues to do this.
Yes, sir.
So we appreciate the job you do, and I'm sure the citizens that get the work are very appreciative. We are. Thank you so much. With no further comment, I declare the public hearing on the closeout of Macon County's 2007 Community Development Grant now closed.